one way to create value in the best value guarantee and the 72-hour exchange program. Okay. Rodney, you saw that we have a best value guarantee. Do you understand how that works?
No, sir. Could you explain it to me?
Well, what I'm going to say next is going to sound crazy. Look, we learned a long time ago that lots of our customers had one great fear when they walked on our lot, and that fear was paying too much for a car or a truck. You know, paying more today than somebody did yesterday, or paying more than somebody will tomorrow. Is that one of your concerns as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we've figured out a way to eliminate that fear. And what I'm going to say next is going to sound insane coming from an automobile salesperson. Rodney, it is literally impossible for you to pay too much for one of our Motor Trend certified vehicles. Now that sounds a little crazy, doesn't it?
It does.
Let me explain how it works. And by the way, this policy is in writing, okay? And it's really simple. Look, first of all, our price had to be fairly attractive or you wouldn't be here, right?
Absolutely.
But you're wondering, could somebody else do better? Well, if someone else does do better, you're still going to be a winner. Because the way the best value guarantee works is when you take delivery today, we're going to give you 10 days to search any website, anywhere in the state of Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arizona, Idaho, California, Hawaii, Alaska, it doesn't matter. Go to any new car franchise website, independent used car website, Craigslist. If you find a similar vehicle to the one you buy from us today, and when I say similar, I'm talking about the same year, make, model, trim level, options, accessories, and benefits. But if you find that vehicle, okay, and the mileage has to be within 10,000, conditions got to be basically the same. But if you find that vehicle and it's advertised for a lower cost, Rodney, all you do is show us that website and we will cheerfully and without question cut you a check back for the difference. Now, has any dealer ever guaranteed the price in writing like that to you before?
No, I've never had that.
Well, that's what we do here at Motor Trend Certified Vehicles of Orlando, but we're not going to stop there. Another fear people have, and you may have that same fear, is the fear of getting stuck with a vehicle they don't want, okay? Look, if you go to Best Buy, go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot, go to Macy's, and you buy a product, and you decide it's not right for you when you get it home, you can take it back and exchange it, can't you?
I can.
You can't do that at a car dealer, can you?
No.
Well, at Motor Trend Certified Vehicles of Orlando, you can do it. We're going to basically give you a 3-day test drive. Okay, during those first 3 days, Rodney, if you decide that based on color, equipment, make, model, your dog just starts barking at it, won't stop. It doesn't matter. During those first 3 days, you decide it's not right for you, bring that sucker on back and we will exchange it for another. Now, there are 2 conditions. Number 1, we don't want you to put more than 300 additional miles on the odometer. And number 2, you need to bring it back in the same condition. You can't run into anything and bring it back. But that exchange policy is also in writing. So when you purchase this vehicle today, you are going to have the peace of mind that A, you didn't pay too much, because if you did, you're going to get your money back. And B, you can't get stuck with a vehicle you don't want because you get a 3-day test drive. Now let's go check out the vehicle you came in to see. Make sure it's right for you, okay?
Very good. Very calm and collect.
All right. Now how many times do you think I've done that?
A gazillion.
I'm going to guess it's probably over 10,000 times. All right? And I do it a little bit differently every time. Now, do I want you to be me? No, I don't want you to be me. Liam, I want you to be you. Okay? You're going to have to internalize this stuff. You're going to have to study it. Okay? You're going to have to memorize parts of it, but then once you internalize it, it's not going to sound scripted. Did I sound scripted? No, it's not. Even though I wrote the script, it's not scripted because I've done it so many times. I do it literally differently, probably every single time. But these are, these 2 things are the 2 of the most powerful parts of the program. Is the warranty good? Hell yes, the warranty is good. Is the key replacement good? Hell yes, the key replacement is good. We're going to get into the oil changes in just a little bit. They're terrific too. But 2 big fears. Again, Liam, you don't know this, but Lenny and Rodney do. I mean, customers they're petrified of paying too much. I mean, our reputation is ripping off customers. And it's funny, Lenny and I were talking about this way during lunch. Up until 5 or 6 months ago, the customers were pretty much having their way with us. Grosses in 2019 hit historical lows. The dealers had never made less money on new and used vehicles than they did in 2019. And then 2020 pops up, COVID pops up, and grosses didn't really change a whole lot. But then towards the end of 2020, the law of supply and demand kicked in. And suddenly, new cars and trucks weren't there to be had because they couldn't get chips for them. The chip shortage is a real thing. The supply chain, glass, rubber, steel. COVID had lots of lag time effects. So new car inventories are not going to be back to where they were in 2019. Maybe 2023, 2024, and maybe the manufacturers never do it again.
Exactly.
Because they're making more money than they've ever made. The incentive programs have pretty much disappeared.
It's changed the industry.
It's just changed everything. So now, used cars are where it's at. All right, a new car dealer that isn't big into used cars right now isn't doing the business right.
I actually read an article, you know the Mercedes AMG, how they put the V8s? And something went wrong with the supply chain, of course, like with everything else. And one of the head Mercedes woman was talking, and she was like, yeah, we're actually going to have to just start selling used Mercedes because they can't put the V8s in the AMGs anymore. And nobody wants to buy an AMG with the V6.
Right, right. I mean, it's crazy. But we can let our customers know that our prices are guaranteed. We can let our customers know they're going to get a 3-day test drive. Nobody else is going to do that for them because it's Motor Trend certified. And then the icing on the top of the cake is, hey, it's got a 12-month. It's got a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's got 12 months of key replacement. And it's also got $11.99 oil changes for 3 years. Now, what's an oil change normally cost?
$30.
Yeah, I was gonna say $30 is a rule.
Let's say it's $30. Okay, I think you guys are low, but I'm gonna use your numbers. I always use the customer's numbers. I'll
Yeah,
ask them,
whatever they, yeah.
and if they say 40 or 50, I'll use that. But let's say it's 30. That means we're going to save $18 per oil change. And let's say the average customer probably changes their oil, 3 times a year?
Yeah, every 5,000 roughly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 3 times 18, what's that, 54? So over a 3-year period of time, they will save $162 in oil changes. I want you to quantify it. It's one thing to tell me I'm going to get $11.99 oil changes. It's something completely different to tell me I'm going to save $162. 160. Look, you saved me $10. I like you. You saved me $162. I really like you. All right. So oil changes. That's a deal. That's a great deal for the customer.
Now, do you know if that includes the filter also or not?
I'm pretty sure it does,
Okay.
but we will ask.
Okay.
Okay?